yo, sending all peace and blessings. So we are doing okay because I am doing great. And today I am going to be moving on to Gemini. And without further ado, let's get into it. Gemini is ruled by the third house. It also is ruled by the planet Mercury, which deals a lot with intelligence. So the element that will resonate with Gemini is dust. So when I say dust, think of like a air element or aspect being able to transform into earth. So basically a cause between those two. And Geminis are compassionate communicators, so they like to talk because they're ruled by the planet Mercury, which deals with a lot of intelligence, so they like to fluently like speak, you know. Mercury does deal with a lot of things, I said already. So they also have dual personalities, so they have this dual nature when looking at themselves or putting themselves in the perspective. And they're shapeshifters, and they have bipolar tendencies, y'all. My grandma's a Gemini, but anyways, which could be a habit or a personality anyone can embody, which is bipolar tendencies. Anybody can embody those like tendencies for real. But as a Gemini, it's like a default. Like, you're just bipolar, you know. Sorry for saying it like that. But the dual personalities, and you could tell because if one, you're using the zodiac sign and using the constellations and the and the diametric representation or ideas or diagrams they use to identify Gemini is twins. So twins, it is twins because it represents the complexity of their dual personalities, you know. So Geminis are mutable and also air signs, so information comes from the fire and becomes logical through air. So with this sign, they like to and very adamant for preparing about change, you know. They like to be in service. And they're like seers, so they see things. They like see things that you wouldn't think they would be able to see, you know. It'll really surprise you, like some Geminis. But Geminis are really intelligent people, and they're really good at manipulating people, y'all. Like, they're really good at manipulating people. They have this nature to understand people's behavior and mindset, which can be like a negative and a positive thing, because if a Gemini spends if a Gemini spends a lot of time with you, they can observe you a lot and observe your personality. And Geminis are highly intelligent people, so they can program one of their personalities to be very intelligent and knowledgeable, and then program another personality to be dumb, and then give you or show you that dumb personality to feed the intelligent personality. So like, they'll say if you're in a relationship with someone, like, they'll be a whole different person. Like, it's like a time frame, and they'll be a whole different person from what you met, you know. And you're like, what in the hell, like, what happened? Like, why am I seeing this different person? It's because they have multiple personalities, and some like Geminis know how to program their different their different personalities. Okay, so they may program one personality that's really intelligent, which could be like not necessarily an ego, but their, I guess you would say, true selves, or how they are on the daily basis, or their root. And then they'll like transform different personalities around that, which can also be like dumb aspects, or they only do that because they only show that part of themselves that they see is relatable to you. So in sorts, they're like trying to make you more, like trying to be more relatable towards you, you know, because relationships are all about how much you relate to a person. So that's their way of like being in it, you know, like manipulating you in some way, shape, or form. So, you know, you just gotta watch out for that sometimes. And they do this so Geminis really know how you are and know how you work when they do things like that. And they like their ego. So Geminis is one of the signs that find it hard to leave their ego. Like, Geminis is a masculine sign and an air sign. So air deals with communication, you know, love, and compassionate way of dealing with things. So since it's ruled by Mercury, but like also ruled by Venus, okay, and Venus is planet of love. Mercury, like the planet Mercury plus like the planet Venus, will equate to like a combination of intellectual way of expressing love. So a Gemini would sit down with you and just talk about your problems or talk about anything. And Geminis in themselves into the feeling that if something happens, they want to talk about it. Okay, they have this masculine influence of the third chakra, and that's because Gemini is ruled by the third chakra compared to like Virgo. And masculine influence would be speaking on things from an external point of view / third dimensional terms of perspective, which is materialistic. Okay, and feminine influence would be speaking on things from an internal point of view, spiritual nature terms of perspectives, which can either be emotional or mental. And Gemini, being a masculine sign, they like to talk about things from an egotistical perspective. So talking about things that only involve 3D points of views. So if I were to talk to a Gemini about something very spiritual, they wouldn't truly be able to understand the point or situation and or circumstance. Okay, and it doesn't mean Geminis can't be spiritual. If I were to talk to a Virgo and a Gemini right now, being both that they're related through the planet Mercury, a Virgo is going to have more of a spiritual interest or sci-fi perspective more than a Gemini, because the Gemini will want to talk about it in a more watered down perspective, like a more dumber down, more dense perspective, should I say. And they are both Mercury, except one is masculine and then one is feminine. And then the positive traits of Gemini: they're compassionate people. They like to talk and they like to listen. They like to have conversations with everybody. They know how to shape their personality to accustom to everybody's like point of view and find a way to adjust to how everybody sees life, you know. And they're social people, you know, air, so they know how to accustom to that element, you know, dust. So dust would be air that can shift into earth. Mutable signs always are transcending, always in a transcendental state. And they can go to the fixed and or cardinal attributes. For Geminis can go to the fixed attributes it can display, which is in Taurus, earth, or go below to the mutable after them, which might be Cancer. And in the elemental perspective, they're between earth and air. They have the ability to compassionately express things that go on between people, you know. And the negative traits of Gemini: they talk too much. And if they have like a problem, they talk. Like if it's a blessing or idea that comes to mind, they talk, you know. And they have really like social needs, and they really like everybody. They like to talk to everybody, you know. And when a Gemini loves you, they can be like compassionate. They can be compassionate people. And if you're not wanting a Gemini to express themselves, sorry, hold up, I took a drink. Sorry, guys, this is kombucha, ginger ale. This tastes really good. I was about to you ain't about to catch me slipping. Hold up. If you're not wanting a Gemini to express themselves, and if you're not wanting to give them the freedom to express themselves, they'll feel like they're being smothered, and they don't like that feeling. Like Geminis really don't. They like to feel free. So if you're in a relationship with a Gemini, you're giving them any reason to feel like smothered or bottled up, they're going to realize this, and they're not gonna want to be with you no more, because they just don't like that feeling. They don't like that feeling of being suppressed, you know. But other than that, if you were someone like an Aries in a relationship with a Gemini, see, I'm an Aries, so I was once like, I didn't have a relationship with nobody that's a Gemini, but I did have like a friendship with that person, and it was like kind of a conflict of interest in a type of way, because Aries is like, they're the people that like to be someone who directs, you know, and a Gemini likes to communicate as well, and they like to communicate what's on their mind. And you know, both of them are kind of like, even though Aries are more of a beta, it's more beta airways, I think, beta or alpha, but they're both like kind of strong headed people. And say if it was an argument, I know like one thing I would be like, are you trying to teach me this? And then the Gemini's, no, I'm trying to like show you. Like that, they come off as condescending. Like they really come off as condescending. So yeah, I guess a point of view would be like in an argument would be if you were trying to get, if you're a Gemini in a relationship with the Aries and you're trying to get that Aries to realize something, like maybe the Aries, because you know Aries are fires, and like I know I'm an Aries and I'm also ascendant Leo, so I'm really into like the maternal plane. So I know me, I like how I look and I like to like do things, and I might talk about myself and sometimes forget about other people. I might become that in that selfish aspect, and then if someone were to bring it to my attention, like a Gemini, the way they would put it was seem like condescending, you know, because they'll be like, oh well, blah blah, and they'll pull out a logical point of view instead of more of the spiritual nature, you know. So I wouldn't be able to really understand it because it doesn't have that much feeling to it. And then also I would be like, are you like trying to teach me something, like, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be like, oh no, I'm just trying to show you. So it's gonna be like a conflict of interest, like a little clash there, because like they don't mix at all. And that's just an example for any other sign that is like a fire sign, like a Sagittarius, or not Sagittarius, more like a Leo. Leos and Geminis don't really get like along like that because there's like a lot of conflict and interest, you know. But other than that, they mostly are in an alpha frequency state, so the ability to focus and make sense out of things, you know, rationalize, and that's where the intelligent factor comes into place. So I hope this gives you more of an understanding about Geminis. If you're a Gemini or someone you're dealing with is a Gemini, or you have friends that are Gemini or people in your family, I hope this gives you an understanding of them and how they work sometimes and how their mindset can be, because it does help to know like a person's sign or astrology, because it really does help you like know who they are truly, even if they probably don't know it, you know. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, like, comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification for when I post another video, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.